Hello, everyone. My name is Emily. Welcome to English Club. I am so happy to be here with you today. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Today, we are going to talk about something very practical, something that everyone does, something that is part of our daily lives.
Hello, Emily. How are you today?
Hi, Paul. I am doing really well, thank you. How about you? How has your day been so far?
My day has been good. Thank you for asking. I actually went shopping this morning. I needed to buy some groceries. And that reminds me of our topic today. We are going to talk about budget shopping, right?
Yes, exactly. Budget shopping is such an important skill. Everyone needs to shop. We need food, clothes, household items, but we also need to be careful with our money. We need to shop smartly. We need to find good deals and save money where we can.
That is so true. Shopping can be expensive if you are not careful. But if you know the right strategies and the right phrases to use, you can save a lot of money. And for English learners, shopping is also a great opportunity to practice English. You talk to store employees, you read signs, you ask questions. It is real-world English practice.
Absolutely. Shopping is one of those practical situations where you really need English. Whether you are in an English-speaking country or shopping online from international websites, knowing shopping vocabulary and phrases is essential. And today, we are going to focus on budget shopping specifically, how to shop while being careful with money.
Perfect! I am excited about this topic because I love finding good deals. I love saving money. There is something satisfying about buying something you need at a great price. It feels like a little victory.
I feel the same way. Budget shopping is like a game. You're trying to get the best value for your money, and when you succeed, it feels great. Now, before we dive into the phrases and vocabulary, let me remind our listeners about something important.
Yes, good idea.
Before we start today's topic, please like and subscribe to our channel for more English learning videos. Your support helps us create more content to help you improve your English. We really appreciate every like, every subscription, every comment.
Yes, please take a moment to support us. It means the world to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, let us talk about budget shopping. Paul, when you go shopping, what is the first thing you think about?
The first thing I think about is my budget. How much money can I spend? I usually set a limit for myself before I go shopping. For example, if I'm going grocery shopping, I might decide I can spend $50. This helps me stay disciplined and not overspend.
That is a smart strategy. Setting a budget before you shop is essential. Otherwise, it is too easy to buy things you don't really need. Now, when you are in a store and you want to know the price of something, what do you say?
The most basic question is, how much is this? Or, how much does this cost? These are simple, direct questions. The store employee will tell you the price. For example, excuse me, how much is this shirt?
Yes, those are the fundamental questions. You can also say, what is the price of this? Or simply, how much, while pointing at the item. All of these work. Now, if you see an item and you think the price might be lower than what is marked, what can you ask? You can ask, is this on sale? Sale means the item is being sold at a reduced price, cheaper than normal. Or you can ask, is there a discount on this? A discount is a reduction in price. Both questions are asking if the price is lower than usual.
Exactly. On sale and discount are very important shopping terms. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are looking at a jacket. The original price is $100, but there is a sign that says 30% off. This means there is a 30% discount. The jacket is on sale. You would pay $70 instead of $100.
Yes, and percent off is a common way to describe discounts. 20% off, 50% off, and so on. The higher the percentage, the bigger the discount. Now, if you want to ask if there are any sales happening in the store, you can ask, do you have any sales going on right now? Or, are there any special offers today?
Those are great questions. Special offers can include sales, discounts, buy one, get one free deals, and other promotions. Speaking of which, buy one, get one free is a very common promotion. It is often abbreviated as BOG. It means if you buy one item, you get a second item for free.
BOG deals are excellent for saving money, especially if you were going to buy multiple items anyway. Another common promotion is 2 for 1 or 3 for 2. 2 for 1 means you pay for one item but get two. 3 for 2 means you pay for two items but get three.
Yes, these are great deals. Now, let us talk about comparing prices. When you are budget shopping, you want to compare prices between different brands or different stores. How do you talk about comparing prices?
You can say, I am comparing prices, or I want to see which one is cheaper. Cheaper means lower in price, less expensive. You can also say, which one is more affordable. Affordable means reasonably priced, not too expensive for your budget.
Yes, affordable is a very useful word for budget shopping. If something is affordable, it means you can afford to buy it. It fits within your budget. The opposite is too expensive or out of my budget. For example, I really like this phone, but it is out of my budget. I need something more affordable.
That is a practical phrase. Now, when you are looking at different options and trying to decide which one gives you the best value, you can talk about value for money or getting the most bang for your buck. This second phrase is more informal and American. It means getting the best value for the money you spend.
Bang for your buck is a fun expression. I like it. Now, let us talk about asking for better prices. In some cultures and some stores, it is acceptable to negotiate prices, to ask for a lower price. This is called bargaining or haggling. Do you ever bargain when you shop?
In some situations, yes. For example, at flea markets, garage sales, or when buying from individual sellers online. In those situations, bargaining is expected. But in regular retail stores with fixed prices, you usually cannot bargain. However, you can still ask if there is any room for negotiation or if they can offer a better price.
Right. So at a flea market, you might say, "Can you lower the price?" Or, "Would you take $10 for this?" Or, "Is that your best price?" These are all ways to initiate bargaining. The seller might say yes and lower the price, or they might say no and stick to their price.
Yes, and a polite way to bargain is to say, I really like this, but it is a bit more than I wanted to spend. Could you do any better on the price?
This shows you are interested but need a lower price. The seller might meet you halfway.
That is a nice, polite approach. Now, even in stores with fixed prices, there are sometimes opportunities to get better deals. For example, you can ask, do you price match? Price matching means if you find the same item cheaper at a competitor store, they will match that lower price.
Yes, many big stores have price match policies. You can ask, do you price match with other stores? Or, if I find this cheaper elsewhere, will you match the price?
This can save you money without having to go to multiple stores.
That is very convenient. Another way to save money in regular stores is to ask about loyalty programs or rewards programs. Many stores have these. You sign up for free and you get special discounts, coupons, or points that you can use for future purchases. How do you ask about this?
You can ask, do you have a loyalty program? Or do you have a rewards card? Or is there a membership that gives discounts? The store employee will explain how their program works and help you sign up if you are interested.
Yes, loyalty programs can save you a lot of money over time. Now, let us talk about coupons. Coupons are vouchers that give you discounts on specific items. You can find coupons in newspapers, online, in store flyers, or through apps. Do you use coupons when you shop?
I use coupons sometimes, especially for groceries. If I see a coupon for something I was going to buy anyway, I will definitely use it. You can ask the cashier, do you accept coupons? Or can I use this coupon when you are checking out?
Yes, and it is important to check the terms of the coupon. Some coupons have restrictions. They might only be valid on certain days, or for certain quantities, or they might have an expiration date.
You can ask, are there any restrictions on this coupon? Or when does this coupon expire?
Good point. Expired coupons cannot be used. The expiration date is the last day the coupon is valid. Now, let's talk about seasonal shopping. Shopping during certain times of the year can save you a lot of money. Do you shop seasonally?
Yes, I try to. For example, winter clothes are cheapest at the end of winter, when stores are clearing out inventory to make room for spring clothes. Summer clothes are cheapest at the end of summer. Electronics often go on sale during Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving in the United States. There are specific shopping seasons when prices are lower.
Exactly. You can ask store employees, When do you usually have sales? Or what is the best time to buy this? They will often tell you if a sale is coming up soon. This way, you can plan your purchases around sales and save money.
That is smart planning. Now, let us talk about the difference between needs and wants. This is very important for budget shopping. Needs are things you must have. Wants are things you would like to have but do not necessarily need. Can you give examples?
Sure, food, water, shelter, basic clothing, medicine, these are needs. You must have them to survive and function. A new video game, designer handbag, fancy restaurant meal, these are wants. They are nice to have, but not essential. When you are on a budget, you should prioritize needs over wants.
Exactly. Before buying something, ask yourself, do I need this or do I want this? If it is a want, ask yourself, can I afford this want right now or should I save my money for needs? This mental check helps you make better spending decisions.
That is excellent advice. Another good question to ask yourself is, will I use this regularly? Sometimes we buy things on impulse because they seem like a good deal, but then we never use them. That is wasted money, even if the item was cheap.
Yes, impulse buying is a big problem for many people. An impulse buy is when you buy something without planning to, just because you see it and want it in the moment. To avoid impulse buying, you can use the 24-hour rule. If you see something you want but do not need immediately, wait 24 hours. If you still want it the next day, then consider buying it. Often, the desire passes and you realize you do not really need it.
That is a great strategy. I use that rule myself. It has saved me from many unnecessary purchases. Now, let us talk about shopping lists. Making a shopping list before you go to the store is one of the best ways to stay on budget. Do you always make a list?
I try to. A shopping list keeps you focused. You know exactly what you need to buy. You are less likely to wander around the store and buy random things. You can say, I need to make a shopping list, or let me check my list while you are in the store.
Yes, and when you're in the store, you can say, this is on my list, or this is not on my list, so I should not buy it. Sticking to your list is discipline. Of course, sometimes you might see a really good deal on something useful that is not on your list. In that case, it might be worth buying. But you should think carefully before adding things that were not planned.
Exactly. Flexibility is okay, but the list is your guide. Now, let us talk about unit prices. The unit price is the price per unit of measurement, like per ounce, per liter, or per item. Comparing unit prices helps you find the best value. For example, a big bottle of shampoo might cost more overall, but the price per ounce might be lower than a small bottle.
Yes, unit price comparison is very important for budget shopping. Many stores display unit prices on the shelf tags. You can look at the unit price to see which option is actually cheaper per unit. You might say, let me check the unit price, or the unit price is lower on this one, so it's a better deal.
Right. Buying in bulk, buying larger quantities, often has a lower unit price. But you should only buy in bulk if you will actually use all of it. Buying a huge amount of something that will expire or that you won't use is wasteful, even if the unit price is low.
Very true. Now, let us talk about generic brands versus name brands. Generic brands, also called store brands or own brands, are products made by the store itself or by manufacturers for the store. They are usually cheaper than name brands, the famous brands everyone knows. Do you buy generic brands?
Yes, I buy generic brands for many things. Often, the quality is very similar to name brands, but the price is much lower. For example, generic pain medication usually has the same active ingredient as name brand medication, but costs half the price. You can ask, do you have a generic version of this? Or is the store brand just as good? Yes, store employees can often tell you if the generic version is comparable in quality. For some products, like basic foods or household items, generic brands are just as good. For other products, you might prefer the name brand. It depends on the product and your personal preference. But trying generic brands is a good way to save money.
Absolutely. Now let us talk about clearance sections. Clearance items are products that the store wants to get rid of quickly. They might be last season's items, overstocked items, or items with damaged packaging. Clearance items are usually heavily discounted. Do you check clearance sections?
Always. The clearance section is like a treasure hunt. You can find great deals if you look carefully. You can ask, "Where is your clearance section?" or "Do you have any clearance items?" Some stores have clearance racks or shelves. Others have designated clearance areas.
Yes, and sometimes clearance items are marked down even further over time if they don't sell. You might see stickers with multiple prices crossed out, showing how much the price has been reduced. If an item has been in clearance for a while, you might even be able to negotiate a lower price.
That is a good tip. Now, let us talk about return policies. A return policy explains whether you can return an item if you change your mind or if there's a problem with it. Before buying something, especially something expensive, you should ask about the return policy. How do you ask about this?
You can ask, "What is your return policy?" Or, "Can I return this if it does not work?" Or, "Do you offer refunds or only exchanges?" A refund means you get your money back. An exchange means you can trade the item for a different item, but you do not get money back.
Yes, and some stores have time limits on returns. They might say you can return items within 30 days, for example. You should also ask if you need to keep the receipt. Most stores require a receipt for returns. You can ask, "Do I need to keep the receipt to return this?"
That is important. Always keep your receipts until you are sure you will not return the item. Now, let us talk about online shopping. Online shopping can be great for budget shopping because you can easily compare prices across multiple websites. What phrases are useful for online shopping?
For online shopping, you might search for "best price for," followed by the product name. For example, "best price for wireless headphones." You can also use price comparison websites that automatically show you the same product from different sellers with different prices.
Yes, and when shopping online, pay attention to shipping costs. Sometimes an item seems cheap, but then the shipping cost makes it expensive overall. Look for free shipping deals. You can filter search results by free shipping on many websites.
Good point. Also, look at customer reviews before buying online. Reviews tell you if the product is good quality and if the seller is reliable. You want products with high ratings and many positive reviews. Be cautious of products with very few reviews or many negative reviews.
Absolutely. Reviews are very valuable. Now, let us talk about payment methods. Different payment methods can sometimes save you money. Some stores offer discounts if you pay with cash instead of card. Some credit cards offer cash back or rewards points on purchases. Do you think about payment methods when shopping?
Yes, I do. I have a credit card that gives me 2% cash back on all purchases. So I use that card for shopping, and then I pay it off immediately. This way, I am essentially getting a 2% discount on everything I buy. But this only works if you pay off your credit card in full every month. If you carry a balance and pay interest, you lose money.
That is an important warning. Credit cards can help you save money through rewards, but only if you are disciplined about paying them off. Otherwise, the interest charges will cost you more than you save. For people who struggle with credit card debt, it is better to use debit cards or cash.
Exactly. Now, let us talk about negotiating or asking for discounts in situations where it is appropriate. For example, if you are buying multiple items from the same seller, you might ask, "If I buy 3 of these, can you give me a discount?" Or, "Is there a bulk discount?"
Yes, buying multiple items often qualifies you for a discount. You can also ask for discounts if an item has a small flaw. For example, if a piece of clothing has a tiny stain or a missing button, you can ask, "This has a small defect. Can you discount it?" The store might give you 10 or 20% off.
That is a smart strategy. Now, what about asking for price adjustments? If you buy something and then it goes on sale a few days later, some stores will refund you the difference. You can ask, "Do you do price adjustments?" Or, "I bought this 3 days ago and now it is on sale. Can I get a price adjustment?"
Yes, many stores have price adjustment policies, usually within 7 to 14 days of purchase. You need your receipt to request a price adjustment. This policy protects customers from feeling bad about buying something right before a sale.
That is a good consumer-friendly policy. Now, let us talk about timing your shopping trips. Shopping at certain times can help you find better deals. For example, grocery stores often restock early in the morning, so if you go early, you have the best selection. Also, clearance items are often marked down even further at the end of the day or week. Have you noticed timing patterns in stores?
Yes, I have. I also noticed that stores are less crowded early in the morning or late in the evening on weekdays. When the store is less crowded, employees have more time to help you and you can shop more calmly without feeling rushed. For grocery shopping specifically, avoid going when you're hungry because you will buy more food than you need.
That is excellent advice. Shopping while hungry leads to impulse food purchases. You should eat before you go grocery shopping. Now, let us talk about store apps and digital coupons. Many stores have smartphone apps with exclusive deals and digital coupons. Do you use store apps?
Yes, I use several store apps. They often have special discounts that are only available through the app. You can download the app for free and it shows you current deals. Some apps also let you scan products in the store to check prices or find reviews. You can ask store employees, do you have a store app or are there app-only deals?
Yes, and some apps have features where you can scan your receipt and earn points or cash back. These apps are making budget shopping easier because the deals come right to your phone. You don't have to cut paper coupons anymore.
Technology is definitely helping shoppers save money. Now, let us talk about asking for help. Sometimes, when you are looking for the best deal, it helps to ask store employees for advice. They often know about upcoming sales or can direct you to cheaper alternatives. How do you politely ask for help?
You can say, "Excuse me, I am looking for an affordable option for X. What do you recommend?" Or, "I am on a budget. What is your cheapest option that is still good quality?" Or, "Are there any sales coming up soon that I should wait for?" Most employees are happy to help. Yes, employees can be very helpful. They work there every day and know the products and sales. Being honest about your budget constraints is fine. You can say, "I only have $50 to spend. What can you show me in that price range?" There is no shame in having a budget. Everyone has financial limits.
Absolutely. Being upfront about your budget actually helps the employee help you better. They will not waste your time showing you things you cannot afford. Now, let us talk about the actual checkout process. When you are ready to pay, you go to the checkout, or the register, or the till. These all mean the same thing. You can ask, where is the checkout, or where do I pay?
Right. And when you are at the checkout, the cashier will scan your items and tell you the total. You can ask, "What is the total?" or "How much do I owe?" If you have coupons, this is when you give them to the cashier. You say, "I have a coupon," or "Can I use this coupon?"
Yes, and if you have a loyalty card for the store, you should give that to the cashier too. They will scan it and you will get any member discounts or earn points. After they tell you the total, you pay. You can pay with cash, debit card, or credit card. You might ask, do you accept credit cards, though most places do nowadays.
Right. And after you pay, the cashier will give you a receipt. Always take your receipt, even if you don't think you will need it. Receipts are proof of purchase. You need them for returns, exchanges, or price adjustments. You can say, "Can I have a receipt, please?" Though usually they give you one automatically.
Yes, keep your receipts organized. Some people take photos of receipts with their phones in case the paper receipt fades or gets lost. Now, let us talk about a few more budget shopping strategies. One is to avoid shopping as entertainment. Some people go shopping when they are bored and they end up buying things they do not need. Shopping should be purposeful, not a leisure activity when you are on a budget.
That is very true. Window shopping can be fun, but it often leads to spending money. If you know you have limited self-control, avoid going to stores or shopping websites when you don't actually need anything. Another strategy is to calculate the cost per use. If something is expensive, but you will use it every day for years, the cost per use is actually low. But if something is cheap and you only use it once, that's poor value.
Excellent point. For example, a good quality pair of shoes might cost $100, but if you wear them every day for 2 years, that's less than 14 cents per wear. But a cheap $10 item that you never use has an infinite cost per use because you got zero use from it. This perspective helps you make better purchasing decisions.
I love that analysis. It shows that budget shopping is not always about buying the cheapest thing. It is about buying the right thing at a fair price and actually using it.
quality matters. Sometimes spending more on a quality item that lasts is better than buying cheap items that break quickly.
Exactly. There's a saying, buy cheap, buy twice. This means if you buy a very cheap, low-quality item, it will break and you will have to buy a replacement. So you end up spending more overall. Sometimes it is worth investing in quality, especially for items you use frequently.
That is wise advice. Now, let us talk about one more important topic, knowing when to walk away. Sometimes when you are shopping, you do not find what you need at a price you can afford. In that case, it is okay to leave without buying anything. You do not have to make a purchase every time you go shopping.
That is important. There is no shame in saying, thank you, but I will think about it, and leaving the store. Do not let sales pressure force you into buying something you are not sure about or cannot afford. You can always come back later if you decide you want it.
Yes, and sometimes leaving and coming back later actually results in better deals. The item might go on sale, or you might find it cheaper elsewhere, or you might realize you do not actually need it. Patience is a virtue in budget shopping.
Absolutely. Well, Emily, we have covered so much about budget shopping today. We talked about essential phrases, strategies, and tips for saving money while shopping. I think our listeners have learned a lot of practical English and shopping skills.
I hope so. Budget shopping is such an important life skill, and being able to do it in English opens up more opportunities. Whether you are shopping in an English-speaking country, buying from international websites, or just practicing your English, these phrases and strategies will help you.
Yes, and remember, budget shopping is not about being cheap or depriving yourself. It is about being smart with your money. It is about making conscious choices. It is about getting good value. You can still enjoy shopping and buy things you want, but you do it in a way that respects your financial situation.
Beautifully said. Now, before we finish, let us ask our listeners a question. We want to hear from them.
Yes, great idea. We would love to know about their shopping experiences.
Dear listeners, we want to know, what is your best budget shopping tip? What strategies do you use to save money when you shop? And do you have any questions about shopping in English? Please leave a comment below. Share your wisdom with us and with other learners.
Yes, please comment. Your tips might help someone else save money. And if you have questions about shopping vocabulary or phrases, ask us. We are here to help.
And while you are here, please like this video if you found it helpful. Your like tells us you enjoyed the content and learned something useful.
And please subscribe to English Club for more English learning videos. We create practical content like this regularly to help you use English in real-life situations.
Please like and subscribe to English Club for more English learning videos. Thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for investing your time in improving your English and your shopping skills.
Thank you, everyone. We hope this conversation helps you shop more confidently and save more money. Remember, budget shopping is a skill. The more you practice, the better you get.
Yes, practice makes perfect. Happy shopping, everyone. Shop smart, save money, and speak English confidently.
Well said. Take care, everyone. Until next time.
Until next time, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.